Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know I'm not in my regular setup right now, I'm at my girlfriend's house, but today I wanted to kick off a new reoccurring segment I want to have on my channel called Jesse's Movie Club. And basically what I want to do on this reoccurring segment is bring up a film or TV series that I've seen recently that I think is really impactful in the world today and why I think it's a really good story. I also want you guys to drop comments, let me know what you want to see next, a specific film or a specific series that you want me to talk about, and we can make this a sort of collaborative thing. But seeing as this is my first episode of this topic on my channel, I didn't want to talk about one specific film or series, so I'm going to discuss the top 10 Netflix series that I think you could be watching right now that are really, really good and impactful stories. And then next week we'll get into a film or TV show. So first on the list we've got Naomi Osaka. So this is a docu-series that follows her life from post the US Open in 2019 through playing the Grand Slams leading up to the 2020 Tokyo Olympics. And I think it just gives really, really good insight into her life and the hardships that she's had to deal with and certain obstacles she's had to overcome. And I think her as a person can be quite misunderstood or also easily judged from a distance, but I think this really gives you insight into certain things she's had to go through and hurdles she's had to jump over in order to be where she is now. And I think through that insight it can really change your opinion on her and on athletes as a whole. So yeah, I think it's definitely worth a watch. And second, we have focus, Afterlife. So Afterlife is a series written, directed and starred in by Ricky Gervais, and he's just incredible in it. It follows the life of Tony, who is super sad and depressed from his wife Lisa passing due to cancer. It's really just a heartwarming tale of someone dealing with that loss, having to get over it and going through the 7 stages of grief, really. And it's just such an amazing show. I think Ricky Gervais delivers a masterclass acting performance, and any writer, director, filmmaker, storyteller as a whole could learn a lot from this show and could really take a lot of gems on how to tell a good story and how to deliver a great performance if you're an actor. So yeah, that's definitely a must watch, and season 3 is coming out later this year, so if you haven't seen it yet, go and watch it now and be ready for season 3 because it is honestly just such an amazing show. Next we have Queen's Gambit. Queen's Gambit is set during the Cold War times, and it follows an orphan who falls in love with chess. And on her quest to becoming the kind of greatest chess player in the world, she has to deal with drug addiction and alcohol addiction and overcome those obstacles. It's such an amazing show. I think Anya Taylor-Joy delivers an amazing performance, and it's really cool to see such a strong female lead character in a TV miniseries today, and it's just honestly so amazing. And kind of crazy that you can take something like chess and turn it into an amazing drama, which is just incredible, because up until that point I thought chess was boring. I think many people like me have made the switch in their brain after watching that show and been like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get really into chess because it makes it seem so cool, and the fact that a show can do that is honestly amazing. So definitely give Queen's Gambit a watch. Next on the list we have You. You is a TV series that follows the life of a psychopath played by Penn Badgley, who basically stops at nothing to getting into the lives of women that he's transfixed by. And this show is super creepy, but let me say that it is the most binge-worthy show I have seen in a really long time. It took the world by storm at the end of 2019, and you can tell why. And we've been waiting a long time for season 3 to drop, but season 3 is dropping later on this year, so I would definitely check it out if you haven't yet, leading up to season 3 dropping, because it's just going to take the world by storm again, and it's honestly just such an incredible show. So check out You. Next we have Collateral. So Collateral came out in 2018, and it's a mini-series, so there's not going to be a second season. But I haven't really seen much about it. Even back in 2018, I didn't see too much about Collateral, but it's honestly so incredible. and I don't understand why there wasn't much talk about it, but that's kind of why I'm bringing it up now, even though it was a few years ago. I think it deserves to be watched more, and I think it deserves to be talked about more. And it stars Carrie Mulligan, who you guys would all know from Promising Young Woman, and as she always does, she delivers an amazing, inspiring performance in this show. Basically, it follows a killing that happened in London to a pizza man, which is perceived as being kind of like a random killing, and it's really strange, but throughout the show you see certain twists and turns and everything kind of loops together, and it's just an amazing show. And I think it's one of the best written shows you could find on Netflix, hands down, so I think it deserves to be talked about more. And if you haven't seen Collateral, seriously go check it out, you will not be disappointed. So I kind of messed up on number 6 and the pen ran out of ink, and so I wasn't able to write down a card for this one. It is Sex Education. And Sex Education follows a teenage boy with a sex therapist mum, and he teams up with a classmate to make an underground sex therapy class. And it's an incredible show. I've heard nothing but great things about it. Just amazing reviews and just incredible performances as well. And the new season is dropping later this year, so I wanted to talk about it as the new season's coming out. It's a bit of a hot topic right now, and everyone should be watching it if you haven't already, which is pretty rare, as most people have. But if you haven't, go check it out. It's amazing, leading up to the new season coming out this year. I did not forget to write down number 7 though. And coming in at number 7, Squid Game, as most of you guys would have heard about by now, as it's just taken the world by storm. It's on every single social media post, every TikTok, every reel. Everyone's talking about Squid Game. And while I actually haven't seen it yet, I have seen a lot of clips from it, and I've seen a lot of reviews, and the reviews are nothing short of amazing. And I think it's really cool to see Korean cinema taking the world by storm lately, as you've seen with Parasite and Minari, and many movies lately that have been doing really amazing in the box office and in reviews. And it's cool to see Squid Game getting that notoriety as well in the mainstream Western media. And I think that's just amazing, because stories should be coming from all different parts of the world. So if you haven't seen Squid Game, check it out, as I will be soon, because it just looks like an amazing show. Next, we've got Formula One Drive to Survive. So Formula One Drive to Survive is really incredible docu-series that follows the Formula One racing year. It follows the drivers and the whole culture behind it. And even if you don't think you're into driving, you're not into Formula One, if you were to watch this show and watch this docu-series, I think you would get into it, because it's more of a... They're able to find the drama in it, and they're able to make it super interesting. And I think that's really rare to find docu-series that covers a topic people wouldn't be interested in to watch, and actually find that docu-series interesting. Even if you don't like driving, if you were to watch this show, you would find it amazing, and maybe not like Formula One after, but you could appreciate the docu-series for what it is. And I think it's just an incredible docu-series. So go check it out now. Coming in at number 9, we've got Mindhunter. And while Mindhunter came out a few years ago, there's still talk of a second season. It is most likely not going to happen, but they are kind of still talking about it, so that's why I'd bring it up now as something you could watch. It basically follows Holden Ford and his associate in the FBI, Bill Tench, as they go through and kind of psychoanalyze a lot of the most dangerous and insane serial killers in American history. They talk to Charles Manson, and they even talk to BTK, which is just, it's crazy and it's so intense. But you have to be in the right frame of mind if you want to go watch it, but go watch it, because it's super interesting, and it's all based on a true story. So yeah, definitely check out Mindhunters. And last but not least, we have Lupin. So Lupin follows the life of a French criminal. It's based on a true story, and it's basically him getting revenge against a wealthy family for crimes that were committed against his father. And I actually haven't seen this series myself, but I am looking to check it out really soon. But I have seen nothing but great things about this show, amazing reviews, and everyone I know who's seen it has talked it up so highly. So if you're like me and you haven't seen it yet, I would definitely go check it out, as I will be soon as well. So that wraps up the top 10 Netflix series. I hope you guys like that. It's going to be different to how this sort of movie club's going to go forward in the future. I do want to talk more about a specific film and why I think it's really interesting and why I think it's relevant today and that story matters. But I just kind of wanted to do a quick rundown of different series leading up to my podcast coming out this Sunday, where I'm talking about Netflix movies and series as well. So yeah, this is just the first episode. I just wanted to talk about things that I want to be watching and things that I think everyone should be watching on Netflix as well. And into next week, we'll get into films and series and things like that. So if you have any recommendations that you want to send through for what movie you want to see or what TV series you want me to talk about on this movie club, send it through. I want this movie club to be a very collaborative collaborative channel, collaborative club moving forward. So yeah, please don't hesitate to drop a comment for something you want to see me talk about next week. But that wraps up my movie club for this week, and see you guys on my next video.